Everything's going swimmingly. Hello?
Here we are. When there must be an episode 1 of a campaign, there must also be a last episode. For every beginning, there must be an end. And for every intro, there must also be an outro. So I will thank you all now for having watched Ash and Blood, episodes 1 through 19, and the current episode as well. It's been a pleasure to be your DM. If you'd like to watch all the other episodes that we have up, you can find them on YouTube. Otherwise, find us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X/Twitter to see what we're up to, and join our Discord because we are the Hexagon and we are Hexa here.
No, start with the
stay.
outro.
To stay,
Start with the outro.
Yeah.
We're gonna end with the intro afterwards.
We're a hexagon
But where
and we're here
is-
to hexa stay.
Stay.
Okay.
Hey.
But where is here? The party is split and there's a new member. So let's start with Olam. Or should I
Right.
stay? Kroll. Olam.
Mhm.
When you exit from this network, this route and lake water, rushing rivers, they're all connected magic, working together individually and yet as one to
Oh.
create this sort of teleportation network. And you've entered not knowing where you'll end up, but at least you'd be with your friends. At least that's what you thought.
Yeah,
You
they're right
find
behind me.
yourself back in Bothos, in an area you might not have been physically, but you've passed. You can recognize the surrounding trees. You see in front of you that wall, that sort of like pinkish red, colorful wall that you yourself passed through and were ejected out of the first time you met your companion.
Yeah,
He finds himself by you now.
what a beautiful beginning.
Yes. But that's the only person that you see, or living thing that you see around you. It's just
Just
you
Chumba?
and Chumba Wombat.
That Chumba, where's the rest of them? Oh, wait, I should know that. Oh, we lost them, Chumba.
Yeah. They were all here.
I don't know what happened. Maybe it's this skull, and I guess the skull broke off with me, right?
It broke off. It didn't end up with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, the skull, and I'll lift up my like foot talon and be like, oh, I don't have that either. Well, Chumba, looks like it's up to us to save the day.
Something's been here recently.
What
Last
is it?
few days.
Yeah, last few days.
There's dried blood here. And
Dried
it, like
crud.
it's like burying its face in the grass. See, it like spits out like little tufts of black fur. It's this weird, like he's trying to smell, but also like the like wombat part of him is like this.
Easy there, boy. Easy. Shit. I want to follow this. I really do. But BB might be in trouble.
Right. I don't feel them here. Let's go. There's a bunch of people this way.
Mm.
We can start there.
Do you feel where friend Izana can be?
Yes. Hold on.
God damn it, the Panthers.
It like
Isn't it?
starts to like.
Okay, fine.
I'm
We'll,
trying to
we'll,
ignore it. I'm trying to ignore it.
no, quick detour. We'll go help. We need all the help we could get.
No.
Follow it. Let's go.
I smell him. It's
All right. Lead the way.
it's close.
And I'll like get big though. And I'll like sit on top of him.
Yeah, it sounds like a horse.
Drops an octave. Yeah. I'll try and track this creature.
So you get the sense that he is like there's a kind of overwhelming-ish scent of a beast, but he has caught onto a slight scent of Izana as well.
Yeah,
Which
and
one do you want him to follow?
I could hunt and track too. I could roll and add my whiz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I could get some clues about the creature if I roll well.
Let's hope you do.
Yeah, let's get on that. But I get to add. Do I get to add my?
Yeah, for using Chumbo one mat.
Favorite someone cutting the parlay.
Maybe instinct. It's plus your wisdom, and then I could say maybe you can add his
Instinct, so an extra one.
instinct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So an extra 3. Oh, that's an 8.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, this is hunt and track.
I can
the
follow the
ability for your
creature's trail
class.
until there's a significant change in its direction or mode of travel.
So whose scent do you want him to follow?
I guess the big tufts of fur,
Okay.
because I have an idea of what that is.
He follows them. And he's kind of like he's bouncing between scents. And then he gets to a point and his nose is like almost like flat on the ground. And he's like dragging it, following the scent.
What do you see?
It's old. It's not too old, but it's been at least a couple days. But
That's good enough.
it's as if it was dragged along this route.
The thing, what was dragged? How many creatures are we looking for? What's going
Just
on, Chumba?
One big cat.
Being dragged.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be like, shrink down, get off him. I'll be like, you go on ahead. You're a little faster than me. Keep communication. Tell me what you see. Try and stay on this trail. I'll be right behind you. Don't be seen.
You got it.
Don't be green.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
When he like flips into the air and kind of starts to blend in with the blue sky behind him or on top of him. And he continues off into the village, leaving you to your lonesome. Doing what?
I think I'm gonna sit and take a moment. Now that I'm alone, I think I'm gonna try and like commune. I'm gonna sit here and wait for Chumba and try and commune with my deity of sorts or the other Olam. I want to try and connect a little bit and try and I guess prepare some of my spells and maybe just try and communicate. Get a little direction. Would I
tug on those wraps around you, drawing out that power? You'd like to commune, which is from your other self's kind of class. So as you sit in quiet contemplation, you could lose any spells granted to you. You gain spells up to, the usual stuff. and prepare all your rotes, which never counts against your limit. So perhaps we could leave you to, because you're not what's it called? You're not seeking guidance, right?
No, I'm not seeking guidance. I really just want to get access to some of my other spells, trying to, like, compose myself a little bit too, you
Yeah.
know, maybe thinking that I need a little bit more strength for what's to come and trying to steal a little bit more. And the spell that I do want to take, if you want to know now, is Animate Dead, since I did gain a level.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like sit and understand the way my raps and the magic works a little bit more.
Yes. We'll say that you even like you're learning to tug just enough to like access that without like directly like tugging on him where he's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? You're teetering that line, able to gain access to those spells without facing the repercussions.
I think I feel Olem feels like a little homesick. Not like, this Olem, maybe like a little bit from that first life kind of leaking over as I try and gather my strength and wait for Chumba.
Speaking of, well, being sick, you three find yourselves being thrashed around this rushing river that doesn't seem to match the one that you've seen. You're on the other side of it, and it's as if there's like a completely other side once you pass through the threshold that you only see the surface of, kind of going along the crystalline ceilings of the caves underneath. The waters are filling your lungs. They're filling whatever crevices and wounds you may have, healing you on the outside, but also choking you from the inside. It's a strange sensation of both pleasure and pain. Perhaps some of you enjoy that. But as you are being,
What?
it's hard to
Hexagon wild early.
Catering to all sorts of beasts.
It's hard to tell what's up and down, and if the direction you're going is forward or backwards or even up or down itself diagonally. You're being like flipped and turned. You very quickly lose your bearings, and you are fighting to keep that last breath that you had before you entered, holding on to it, pushing whatever water is trying to seep its way up through your nostrils, closing them out, stinging your eyes. It's a terrible sensation that you feel, and it is in direct contrast to what's most likely a feeling of elation, of hope for yourself, and the tickling of a new power, as
Oh.
Izana stands in the ruins of Chief Nazu's old compound, covered in ash and destruction, in soot, in things broken down by powerful flame, and only remaining a charred version of themselves. And all these things themselves are submerged in the waters, but not the waters of the Ashlands. No, these waters are corrupted by something. They have a sickening red glow to them. And as Izana stands on this mound, surrounded by ash and this red water, holding a staff that could only have been ripped straight from a great tree, from the roots of a great tree, glowing with this beautiful magic, little motes of butterflies emitting from it, buds of flowers. It's kind of a contrast between this beautiful, natural, magical item and this being that we call Izana for now. Izana, you're tapped into the
beautiful.
waters around you. You are wholly tapped into these. behind the scenes, you came here. And what did you say to the people of both those to have them allow you kind of access and, more importantly, a little bit of privacy as you summoned this portal beneath you?
Well, I believe I went to visit BB's father, and I explained to him kind of what I had uncovered, more of what I was telling. I more of what I was telling the party, in that I believe the power of the Ashlands to have been corrupted from the very roots, and that I have a way of evening the odds for the people here who wish to survive, and a way of redistributing the power to make it more fair, and so that people can actually earn their place fairly, so that they don't have another Chief Nazu situation, which is really at the root of it a representation of everything that I believe the Ashlands is just taking people in but keeping them down and living off of their souls. That I'm here to free their souls.
Yes.
Show them true power.
A charming, beautiful man, and more charming, beautiful words spewing from his mouth. Izana felt compelled to do the very least, really, which was just to let you be.
Izana did?
Yeah. No, sorry. Sorry, you are Izindo.
Izindo.
Yeah. Not an active participant in this, but enough to convince the others. And they don't need much convincing at this moment. They are without leadership. They find themselves in this kind of, power vacuum that was left over. And here comes this powerful person who does have a history with the order themselves. So it's kind of an easy out from the responsibility of starting things anew. Izana presented not only the problem, but the solution to the problem. And coming from a place of authority naturally, it was not too difficult to.
I think I might have even, if possible, made a few gifts to them of my power.
Interesting. What kind of gifts?
Unless you well, I mean, part of me wants to be like, it's up for you, but gifts similar that I would have received, but to a lesser extent.
From which source are we talking about?
My source.
Yes. Yes, I think there is. There's an individual who is very interested in donning armor that comes from within, and perhaps even just the promise of being taught such a way of magic was enough. Now,
I would have shown what I was capable of to an extent.
You hold. Are you holding your scythe as well as the staff, or just the staff?
I think I wouldn't have shown my staff necessarily in its glory to them, but when I am on the mound, I have both the staff and the scythe, I should say. I wouldn't have shown the scythe, but the staff and the scythe in hand when I'm upon the mound.
And this glowing image protrudes like a bubble out from the top of the staff, almost like a crystal orb. And it shows the vision of nameless Basilar Pequeno beneath your feet, and potentially within your grasp to not control mentally, but physically, as they are in the network underneath the portal to which you have current full control over.
Yes, a wry smile spreads over his face. My friends, clearly distraught and within my reach. I will help them. And I will unleash tendrils from my staff to grip the staff and begin to envelop. And as I do, I place both hands upon the single staff scythe before me, and I attempt to channel that power through this image and see what I can do to attempt a rescue of sorts from these compatriots of mine.
Yo, the power.
Power. I'm gonna ask you to roll 2d6. This will be. We'll just say this will be potentially. We can call it defend. We can call it defy.
Can you just explain to me which one is which?
So basically,
Fire.
you're rolling plus con to kind of like save them, to redirect what's happening to them in a way that will allow them to escape, or you can I'll say plus wisdom through your mental fortitude, as you are using your magic, the magic of the scythe, if there is magic in it, and of the staff together, using your wisdom to overpower these currents.
What I'd like to do. I'll use wisdom. I'll use wisdom because I gain up +4, so that makes sense. And I am using the magics of the staff, and I'm channeling my magic through them. Jesus. So that's a good roll. So that's a 10 on the die, +4 is 14.
Very nice. Tell me where you want them to appear and how you want them to appear. As well.
So basically, I want the tendrils that I'm extending into, like, surrounding the staff to cross through and grab them from the waters and pull them up through the waters surrounding. Like
and are they
like red water?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Am I creating a portal, or maybe I'm like moving through shadows, and these things kind of just come in, like these tendrils pluck them individually out, and then raise them up around me.
And do you want them like wrapped around in the tendrils, like in your hold, or just kind of bring them out?
Oh, they're gonna come up like kind of like not injured, but like wrapped up like in an octopus's tentacle, like a kraken style.
Okay. I think definitely the first one, nameless, wrapped like you were trying to wrap your glass staff, for lack of a better term, around Olam. You are wrapped in this dark tendril made of shadow.
Too? Oh.
No, sorry. Like he was trying to wrap you with his glass staff the last time to like hook onto you. So now he's feeling that wrapping.
Oh, okay.
But he's brought up
the irony. I mean the glass.
Who is next in like
Pequeno was after
Pequeno. Pequeno as well.
Now I was holding. I was in the middle, holding their hands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gripping as tightly as possible.
Oh, gripper.
You feel yourself being tugged away from Nameless One. What do?
I hold on for dear life.
Okay. It's going to be a Defy Danger roll by powering through.
Not lose more friends. Maybe I will.
No.
That's a
So matter of
6.
fact.
That's a
Mark
6.
experience.
What is it good for?
As your shoulder dislocates out of the socket, you let out this cry of pain, no longer able to grasp onto Nameless. Your hand.
My cries are for Nameless,
is
not my
water.
shoulder.
Nameless. You are torn. You spin even more. I'm gonna say you're having a very hard time, Basilar, holding on to Pequenu. And you feel two things. You feel the dark tendrils wrap around your torso, but you feel a poking, not a gentle one either, like as if it was a stab
Where?
with a blunt object. You turn, you see Thando rushing through the waters with you, reaching at maximum arm length his staff out at you, and he's reaching it out so it makes contact with you, and he holds it there. You see his other hand is like guiding him through the current. So you have basically Pequenu holding on to you, a tendril trying to pull you away, and Thando trying to pull you out of all of this.
Holy shit.
What do you do?
Do I see I'm conscious for all this? Like I've been like choking on water essentially for this whole time apparently. Then I see tendrils wrapped around me. I see Pequenu being torn away, like his arm just being like dislocated out of his shoulder. And then I see like Thando just like trying to do. Okay, shit.
It's probably like flashes, like you're moving and you're blinking and you're kind of going towards being unconscious. So like you see the flash of like the arm, the tendrils, and then that feeling that kind of wakes you up for a second of being prodded in the side.
I feel like because it's such like a shock, the thing being prodded in the side, I'm gonna try and grab at whatever that thing is to try and just like at least dislodge or like get like move out of the way. But then I can't move out of the way because of the tendrils. But it's just gonna be that like split second reaction of just like something like hit me in the side. So I'm gonna try and grab it or at least like move it out of the like just trying to get at it.
Yeah, perfect.
So don't know how that's
that'll
gonna go.
be Defy Danger by Powering Through. So 2d6 plus
through. Oh boy.
plus
My
strength.
forte. All right.
I'll give you Dex if you want to act particularly fast.
I'm sure Dex is there. And I don't think he's ever thought of trying to power through anything. To be honest, he knows that he's not very strong. So I think I am going to choose dexterity in this case. Ooh.
Flip through, not power through.
Continuing in from last time, it's a 9.
Oh, nice.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch. So you can either just decide to like let go of both. Like let's say you have your hand on the staff. You can.
I think what would happen would be I might let go of Pequenu of his hand because like I see him kind of like in pain. And then I hit something on the side, so like my mind completely focuses on that instead. And like the shock is kind of like grab this, release from the other side.
I'll say Pequenu's grip on you stays. He failed. He hurt himself with and he let go of.
Like had like my wrist then rather than my hand.
He's like he's holding on for those last few seconds. Determination, just pure determination. But you're being pulled in 3 directions, so you can either let go of Pequenu and like grab onto the staff, and who knows what's going to happen to Pequenu, or let go of the staff and try and just stay with Pequenu. But Pequenu seems to be, at the whims of this tendril as well.
I think because as I'm saying, like that like staff is like the last almost like physical sensation I've received, the shock of it, I just like instinctively go for that. Hence the releasing of Kinyu's hand. If he still has like his hand around my wrist, but like I'm going to go for the staff that's like just recently like stabbed me in the side.
Then Pequeno is separated from both friends.
With the tendrils.
With the tendrils, pulling him up and out of the water. But
Oh, Bikini, you're
alas.
back.
Thando sees that you take a grasp on the other end of his. So he moves himself closer. He pulls himself close, you to him and him to you, kind of in one motion, and moves the waters around you so that the flow of the current suddenly shifts. It's a very like just jerk. You almost get like pulled from one side to the other, and the tendril kind of snaps off and continues off with the rest of the current. And you hold on to the staff with him. He kind of like makes eye contact with you and sees you still struggling to breathe, kind of maybe like blinking in and out. And he just like puts a hand on your shoulder and nods and then pushes you off in a separate current. And you go off. You come out. You are still in the area of Izana, but you are like ejected and you start rolling down the hill of Chief Nazu's old place. You come to a stop. You like hit up against a rock and cough out.
I'm like just topple to the side.
And Izana, one of your tendrils kind of like just comes up empty-handed, but the other two rise, wrapped around two of your friends.
My friends, Pequeno. I immediately like descend Pequeno's, and I will cast a healing spell upon him to try and make him feel better.
Oh, Pequeno, you have a -1 to strength checks as your shoulder is dislocated.
Oh,
So you have the weak condition.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna cure light wounds on him. So I can heal you 1d8 damage, but I just want to I'll pop your shoulder back into place.
Okay.
Does that work that way?
The healing spell wouldn't pop his so instead maybe you can just try and
Can I just try and do it?
pop his
And
shoulder
I'll
back
I'll
into place.
I'll cast the healing all the same just to make him feel not in pain.
Yeah. Okay.
While I do it, if possible. Do you want me to roll my wisdom again? I guess that would be.
To pop his
I don't think
shoulder
so.
back into place.
where's that hot medicine?
It's probably just a 2d6 roll. Unless you think Izana has like this kind of medical training as opposed to magical medical training.
I would think that he would have training in this, but of some kind, probably experience in this in his time. But I'll just roll a 2d6.
Okay.
Oh, you
Can I
got a
help?
boon for Izana.
Yo,
Popping
never
shoulder
mind that.
boons.
He's
popping
already got
shoulders.
help. I don't have to do nothing.
Hey.
All right. Well, that's a 10 already on the die. That's my first try. So do I immediately take the boon?
I think so, right?
Thank you, Sherman.
I get a crit.
Or a 10 or a 2, so I'll take the 10.
Wait,
Am
a 10
I
or a
seeing this,
2?
by the way? Do I see
I
Izana just
Rolled snake eyes.
crushing Pequeno and some tendrils? Going
Well, you are
shoveling.
also being
You're in the
crushed by
you're not being crushed, but you're being restrained. And I brought him down from aloft, Pequeno, to help him. but I've been ignoring you, Nameless.
I'm just trying to comprehend what's happening. Like the nameless one, just like, what the hell?
The staff scythe is still kind of like stuck in the top of the mound at this point. As I go and so does a 10 pop his shoulder back in?
Yes, sir. So you can remove the
Nice.
weak condition.
I kind of like put a little bit of weight in towards you too, just to like, I'll push it in even that much harder. Oh, thank you, Izana. What are you doing here? What is going on?
My friends. I'll kind of turn away. And I'll wave a hand dismissively, and you'll see, Nameless One, you'll feel the tendril that's holding you kind of like drops down like to where I am, like not in the water, and then unfurls to release you. I have achieved what I've set out to do.
You become
I've
powerful?
reduced stress. Where were you? No, become powerful. No, I was already powerful.
Don't understand.
Now, I have the means to change this place for the better. Finally. For I learned the truth out in the world. Now I have returned.
That is all well and good. But what of the others?
We're missing
We're going to-
Basilar and Olim.
I attempted to recover Basilar as well. It seems something disrupted my plans. I do not know where he is. And Olim. He was not with you, and I have not sensed him. What were you doing in the waters beneath the lands?
Look at Pikinu. I think with a troubled look on my face. Something's really off about everything that's going on.
I'm saying
Yeah.
this as I'm walking up back to where my scythe is, staff scythe.
No.
We were trying to find a way out of the embers, but we happened to lose Oldham at the last second.
My staff broke with the skull of Nazu and its magic slipping into the network.
Yes. I felt Nazu's spirits as I was attuned to this place. You did well to destroy him, Nameless One. His rot exemplifies the corruption of the ash. Here I must plant the seed of dissent. I ask that you help me. And while you help me, know that you will save yourselves. And the good folk of the Ashlands.
Help you do what? This place has been burned to the ground already. Its symbol of corruption has been destroyed.
And yet, there remains such corruption in this place. But I have found a source, a fire. And this fire will burn the old, so the new may arise.
It's like you.
Cryptic.
I've saved your life, and I've saved you before. I mean you no harm.
I would hope not. But do not understand what it is you are trying to tell us, Izana. If you wish to speak about this change to the Ashlands, we must gather the rest of our party and speak together. Who knows where they could be?
You should gather them if you wish. I still have work here. Preparations to be made. This place, the corruption here, is the perfect entry point for the forces of change I wish to bring. The power.
And as he says that, these ashen creatures spew themselves from the waters and from the ash itself, warbling and coming into shape as they escape from their birthplace. And they go off into the sky. You see like like ash kind of falling off their bodies as they start to come into form of these winged creatures. And we follow them in the sky just for a few moments before landing back down next to Olam, who has completed his community commuting.
Thank you.
That's all
Thank
we
you.
did.
I'm communed. Thanks. Yes.
And you hear, sorry, Olam, this was just the old scent of that panther that we have the tooth from. It's in Izindo's place, but he's not here. It looks like he left in a rush.
Is this the bird talking to me?
No, sorry, it's
Yeah,
Chumbawamba.
it's Chumba. Oh, I didn't recognize your accent for a second.
When I speak to you through this network, it sounds different.
All right. Come back, pick me up. We're gonna go to Izindo's place. Quick.
But I'm here right now. He's not here.
Oh, okay. I'll meet you there.
Okay. There's something weird going off in the distance on like a hill. Maybe I'll come get you.
Yeah,
Just keep walking. I'll find you.
might be faster.
Are
Yeah.
you running or are you just gonna walk?
I'll sit there and wait for him.
Okay.
And this time I'll actually use the other move, the guidance one.
Okay.
Divine guidance. Yeah, I kind of want to secretly for myself. I kind of want to ask, what's the best way back home?
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess you like draw out the symbol of your deity as per the wording
Yeah,
of
this is
the
me taking off more
rope.
wraps. I feel like that boundary, and I'm like, okay, Krollum, you got this, and then like I'm about to dunk in like ice, and unwrap some more.
You unwrap and unravel, and I think you feel as if it's real. You're not maybe sure afterwards if it was real, but you feel all the wraps unravel around you. You see them expand out before you, and you find yourself kind of like naked without them. And as you look around, and it's not an unfamiliar feeling because this is how you came to be here. When you emerged, you weren't covered in wraps. You know, that's something that you unlocked over time. But when you were born here, you didn't have those wraps. And I think you see them kind of before you on the ground, and then they form the shape of like a zombie or like a mummy in front of you. And they start to like constrict around itself, around kind of nothingness, and constrict, get tighter and tighter, and like you kind of like feel your throat close up a little as it's happening.
Getting parched.
And you feel yourself kind of like on that border, not of your power and here, but that border between life and death. And then the wraps constrict tightly and snap and fall to the ground. You think the only way out is back the way you came. The only way to go to where you are is to allow your soul to be free of this new body. And then you're kind of like, the wraps really are just gravel and a path before you. And when you look down, you have them on your hands and on your arms.
Yeah, like wound tighter than before. Like they almost hurt. And I think I hear in the back of my like head, just go ahead, bird boy, kill yourself. And I like and come back to I don't know how much time passed. Is Chumba in front of me?
Yeah, we'll say enough time passed.
Yeah.
Like you see him like descend from above.
Like drooling.
I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna meet me halfway.
Yeah, you
What
think
happened?
Miss Chumba? Crank me to crank me to the place. You know the place.
Olam, I like it here. I don't want you to leave. I don't want to leave. There's so much food here. I ate like 3 guys.
Chumba, we'll talk about it later, Chumba. We don't belong here. You know it. And that panther, there's something. Maybe it belongs with us too. Anyway, none of this crap. Let's go. And I'll like hop on him.
Kind of like begrudgingly.
If you can
Throws
make a
back
good
his
enough
head.
case for us to stay here, maybe I'll change my mind.
You see like some of the hairs at the back of his neck stand up, his ears go up. He just takes off.
All these things really move.
Where do you want him to bring you?
I guess to I guess it would be to Izundo's place.
Okay.
Yeah.
He kind of does like a flyover. And he just like
and
goes-
I guess if I see, like, if I'm able to see Izana from there as I'm like flying there,
not Izana, but like a weird red glow, and like the glow kind of moves like water does, up on the top of the hill, right? Like you don't really hear anything from there. You don't really see anything except for probably Basilar. Like he's small, but he stands out amongst like the grass on the hill. This like very tall, white-haired individual.
oh yeah, if I'm like flying there and I see him, I'm like, oh, wait, is that? I'm like,
Crumpled against the rock.
like a real bird, like for a second.
And I think walking up that hill, you see 2 other people, one larger person and one smaller person walking towards him. You don't know friend or foe. They seem to be walking towards that long body that you most likely recognize as your friend.
Yeah, I'll race to on Chumba to Basilar.
Okay. Like goes up and then dives down with the weight of his body. And we'll go back to Basilar. Coughing up the remaining water. Getting your
Slowly
bearings
trying to get
back.
up, like kind of losing my grip on like the rock that I slipped on for a bit. God, don't want to do that again. Look around and try and place myself. Do I recognize where I am at all?
Yeah, I think you remember being here a few times. That
Okay.
hill, the very same hill. And I think you see in the village like a couple people kind of walking the streets, but they're kind of empty. And you know what? Go ahead and roll to discern reality.
Okay. Certain realities is wisdom. Wisdom is a +1. So I rolled a 6 + 1, 7.
Hey, one question.
That mid range.
All right. What is about to happen?
I think you see Olim on Chumbawamba. It's not hard to miss.
Just diving through the sky.
Well, yeah. Fucking
Okay.
furry wombat creature. You see BB and Izindo coming towards you from the bottom of the hill. BB seeming to move more frantically, Izindo moving very casually. And then behind you, that same glow, the waters move, and so the glow moves with them. And maybe you hear that tone of Izana kind of like cutting across the compound and down the hill. The very distinct voice that he has as he is kind of giving us a little speech.
I think like despite seeing Olim like dive bombing and like hearing Zana's like speech, I see BB, who like recently has like just like disappeared and is now like suddenly reappeared, and I'm gonna try and go and see what's like happening with her.
Yeah.
So I'll get up, and I don't know if Olim has like landed by then or not, but I'm gonna get up and like start kind of making my way towards Izondo and BB, seeing as how Olim is already like marked where I am, is on his way towards me anyway.
You'll have a few seconds to talk without him there. Not like because you need it, but just time wise. And BB like picks up pace when she sees that you're noticing her and walking towards her. Kind of like Naruto runs a little bit, like leans down closer to the ground, arms kind of flailing, running up the hill at you. And I think she like, you see, she looks like she's like ready to hug you, and then she like stops and puts her hands down, a little timid. Hi,
BB, you're okay.
are you mad at me?
Why would I be mad?
I left you guys.
We didn't take the best actions we could have back then, and I feel like we had a negative impact on your view of us. So I can understand you wanting to take the time and take the space, but did everything go well? Like, what happened? Like, they took you away? They just brought you to your dad, or hi, is Sando.
He he makes his way, just puts his hand up. She actually goes and like jumps in and hugs you.
Okay,
and like she's like, she starts to like pull your torso down if you don't like immediately.
I mean, the fact that she jumps up and then I'm gonna.
Something's wrong with my dad.
What makes you say that?
He just doesn't care about what's happening up there. I told him what was happening with you guys. and then your old friend, the Azana guy, he was talking to him, and he just look, he's just kind of walking around. He was so mad at you guys before. It doesn't seem like he cares anymore. I don't know why.
And all crashes down. All right.
Dazzler! And like crash like into him, like a big old bird hug.
As he like flies down, I think I'm gonna take that like a few like that little split second and be like, I think I might have found our answer. And then get like tackled back by Olam and Chumba Wombat as well.
Yeah. Chumba like shrinks as we like make contact. Like Dazzler,
All
so
the
glad to
weight
scream.
behind us of the large wombat shrunk down into a little. All right.
And
And
Chumba
also
says he
to
misses you
BB.
too. Like,
Thanks, Chumba. Like
Hey,
pat him
Olam.
on his head. Did BB come with us as well, or did she manage to excrete herself before?
Oh, I guess she's I guess she goes with you.
Phoebe! Yeah! You forgot this. I like take off the shield off my back. And you give me
Lamb.
crack for it. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah. She's just like kind of like takes it, holds it. What are you doing?
I like
Where's the
get up, pick her up, help Basilar up.
That's a good question.
Where's everyone else?
I don't
I was
cry.
with them like a minute ago. We were underground, and then we got transported into this kind of river thing. And then from the river, I was holding hands with Nameless and Pequenu. Or rather, no, just Pequenu. And then Thando poked me with a stick. And I lost grip of Pequenu. And I don't know where he is now.
So much happened. I just
I could
blinked and you
swear I
guys were
hear
gone.
Azana up there.
You know, if something weird's happening, Azana's friend Silence at the forefront. Friend Stoic. Yeah, friend Stoic. BB. I like kneel down and be like, BB, I remember now.
Hmm?
My memories.
What?
Like, we got them back.
Oh, good. Wait, is it bad?
Yeah, somewhat, a little bit, varying
That
degrees.
says they could be pretty
but
bad sometimes.
I just wanted to tell you, my first time around, I didn't get a chance to do the things I wanted to do. I didn't get a chance to really fulfill my dream, And I want to tell you, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how bumpy, BB, follow what you want. Don't let us stray you. Don't let your father, don't let nobody stop you from the things you want to do.
Thanks.
So hold your head up high, like tuck her chin up and hold that shield well. It'll watch your back so you can look forward. Like smack her on the back of the shield.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. And maybe like renewed with this slight sense of purpose that you've given her in this very brief moment. She doesn't whisper when she tells you, "There's really something wrong with my dad. He's not himself. I think he's under some sort of spell." What? What are you talking about, BB? I had a conversation with a man. I changed my mind. You've always told me that I should change my mind, that I should get out of my old ways. I'm just doing what you've asked.
What kind of
Go ahead.
change?
Things here I can't just sit around and not do anything anymore. We have to take action.
What
We have to
kind of
change. Well, seems like there's a whole world out there. I've lived how many lives here, but I've only ever lived here. I only know what's here. I've been poisoned by the ideas that exist here. But your friend Izana is well traveled, and he knows there are things out there beyond even our power. Things that
But,
can help us.
friend, I think the only way out of here is through the water, if you get my drift.
Exactly
action?
right.
I
That's
think
what he
he's
said.
talking about both those.
Yeah, but I don't think you quite understand what he means.
Explain.
I don't know. I kind of feel like we might have to die to get out of here.
No, I thought so too. But your friend, he had a staff. He said that all he needed was time and access, and he could open the waters to the rest of the world.
And he could get me home.
Most likely. I
What are
think
we
it
waiting
works both
for?
ways.
Chumba, do you hear that? He can get us home. Friend is how he could get us home.
That was a quick 180.
But what? But he said, I don't know. It's all conjecture. He said friend Azana could get us home.
We shouldn't disturb him, though.
I think we need to all talk together, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
He doesn't
See where
want to
that
be
goes.
disturbed.
I mean, he's right up on there on that hill, so
He
Disturb.
doesn't want to be disturbed.
I'm gonna go disturb him if he can get me home. I'm like, come on, Chumba. Like grab him and walk towards the hill.
Just like looks puzzled, and like you just keep walking. And BB runs from his side and follows you. See what I mean? It's just, whatever.
I mean, it sounds like he does care, but he cares about getting out.
I don't know. Just like looks at him as he just kind of stares at the grass in front of him, a bit perplexed. Come on. She like takes his shield. I don't know what he's saying, but it feels off.
That's fair.
And you all run up the hill. I'll say that you have enough of like time and vantage point to make a roll before you guys fully meet back up.
What kind of rule?
Depends what you like to do. If you just want to take a pot shot at Zana from here, I'd let you do that. If you want to try and discern realities a little bit more, you can. If you'd like to try and spout some lore as a Verde, you can work with that. But I just like give you the space of like you kind of see what's going on a little bit closer. And so if there's anything that you'd like to do before reaching them, now's the time.
All right. Personally, I think I would like to try and get a better idea of what's happening. So I'm going to try and see if I can overhear what's being said on top of the hill as we're getting closer. But I also want to see if like get more insight on Izondo.
Yeah.
Like
smart.
why after all these years, after all these reincarnations, he's suddenly so motivated to do something. Like these, I don't assume these like ideas to be entirely revolutionary. I feel like there's definitely been like people that might have mentioned it in the past. So why is it now that suddenly he's feeling so eager to do so?
Yeah, what's different this time? And I think I would just want to concentrate on discerning realities on the actual like water-ish, because as Endo said, this is our way home through the waters. So I think I'd be fixated on that as I'm like beelining.
Okay. So that's 2 discern realities, I believe. Let's start with Olim, just because.
Viz. Oh, that's Snake Eyes. So that's a 4.
Hey, perfect. We'll hold on to that.
Oh.
Basilar, go ahead and roll.
Oh boy.
Yeah, mark it.
Let me change up some dice here.
I'm glad I could inspire you, sir. Yes.
Same roll as last time. It's a 7.
Okay. 1 question. 1 only.
For me?
I guess. What should I be on the lookout for? Like, I just want to see, like, again, like my question is still what it was before, but I don't know how to frame that in the questions that are available.
Well, I think now because you only have 1, like Izindo and what's happening here can't be addressed. Like if you had 3 questions, you'd
I'll
be
just
like,
go with
"What's that?
Izindo
What's that?"
for now.
Okay. So I think you look back at Izinto, and you look back at your own memories of not only him now, but him like always, just to have a frame of reference. And there's a sort of like look in his eyes when he talks to you. There's like this intenseness, but it's contrasted with like someone who's been through so much that nothing really startles them. And so it's this like short intensity, like fire, it burns hot, but it only does that one thing. It burns, and it burns hot.
Okay. I've seen people controlled by Nazu before.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same kind of look they had in their eyes?
It's similar. It's definitely similar.
Yeah.
Not because they were kind of like moving against their will. He's not to that degree, but there's this sort of like gloss over the eyes, and especially you remember when he was just like, he doesn't want to be disturbed. He doesn't want to be disturbed, and then he's just unsure. Why would he be so sure of that, and then suddenly unsure of everything else?
Okay. Can I attempt to do something about that?
Yeah. Now, this is why I wanted to give you one last chance before.
Okay. Because I'd like to try and clear his mind of an enchantment.
Hey, yo.
That would be very useful, actually. Okay.
So I'm gonna attempt to do that.
You get +1 because you're acting on the
on
answer
something
that
that I
you
just
got.
made questions for. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
So I am going to
Look at
try
this guy's
that and
sweat.
see
Look at him.
what happens. Got a boon as well.
Come on.
Okay. Reroll one of the dice. So I got a 6 on one of the dice and a 2 on the other dice. With the boon, the 2 became a 5.
Hey,
So that's 11.
let's go.
Plus 3 from my charisma to a 14.
The maracas to save the world.
Yes. How do you bring him back with your performance, or with your voice, or with your dance, whatever it may be?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna try and use BB in a sense, and kind of just like pick her back up and in a sense like dance with her a little bit, just like because Vassler has been like happy to like see her like okay and like she's back around with us and everything. She doesn't seem to be a stranger in a sense after what happened. So he's going to use that to his advantage to also kind of influence Izondo, being like, your daughter's back, she's safe, and like she's concerned about you as well. And just use that dance to attempt to kind of break whatever enchantment might be on his mind.
Okay.
Kind of like swing around in the air a little bit. And...
He looks up at you, still confused, and then a little smile comes up his face, and then the smile drops, and his eyes widen, and he runs at you, but not at you, Basilar, at Olam. You bastard! He runs at you.
What?
Huh?
He like jumps, takes a leap, lands in front of you. You promised you would protect her. What happened out there? She came crying to me that you killed innocent people for no reason. Spit it
We
out.
protected her. That doesn't say she wasn't protected, first of all, buddy. Second of all, they got what was coming to them. I'm like, get up in his face. They attacked us. You hear? They attacked us, you idiot. And BB chose to go with them. And I came to talk to you. You can't get mad now.
And she like grabs onto Dad, there's more important things right now. Come on.
Now listen to the little queen. Clearly smarter than you. God damn it.
Okay, Olam, maybe not like don't
What's this
poke the bear.
grabs onto your wraps, starts to like pull them, and you
I
feel
think
that like
peck him in the face.
ah!
Fucking grab my wraps.
Guys, can we not fight right now?
Chumba is like growing.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
defensively just.
Yeah. Listen, now's not the time. We can duke it out later.
You brought this friend of yours here.
I didn't
How do I
ask
know
to
this
be
is
here.
not all part of your plan, of his plan?
I didn't crash to be here. We woke up from those waters not a few days ago. Okay? We're just as confused as you.
You see, like he like starts to like turn the ground into lava, into like this like one small spot of just like pure like clenching his fist. Show me you're not with him. Convince me, or I'll burn you.
That's hilarious. Like nervously look over at him.
We didn't even know he was here. Last time we saw him was at that
Chair throwing.
that tavern where I don't agree with what Olam said. I don't think they were asking for it. I think we could have talked it out and it wasn't necessary to get violent. But words were exchanged and there's a certain topic that is very volatile in the Ashlands. I think you know which one. That was probably just a small precursor to what could potentially happen if that idea gets any further.
Go ahead and roll a parlay, s'il vous plaît. I don't think you have a bond. I think Olam likely has a more of a actual bond.
Probably
with Lucinda.
had
I think I think that's why he's mostly mad at you, because of that bond that you guys form.
Yeah, it's I deserve it. Deserve it.
Ooh, 6 and a 4, so 14.
Okay. We don't have time for this.
That's what I said.
Shut up.
Shut up.
He's like, he kind of like fights a little bit of a smirk. I don't know what your friend is doing, but opening a portal out to the who knows what's out there in the world cannot be a good idea. And I don't know how he convinced me it was, but I don't think it was with charm and pretty words. I don't know if you guys were under his spell either.
We're our own people. Best believe it.
Well, you'll have a chance to show me. Let's go before he finishes. If he has it. And he looks up, and this kind of that red water is shining a little brighter. And you guys will enter the scene. You'll enter the arena of ideas, of words, and of flames. Izana, you know, you've wasted, or you've let enough time pass where it's almost done. The first sign of that was these creatures forming. That first sign of change, of soul and of physical world kind of combining in this new way that you've brought. And you see the bodies before you, the ones that were under your control, and these new ones that are not. And I'll give you the first move to make, or the first words to speak.
So I see like Olam,
BB, Zindo, Olam, Basilar.
All right. I wouldn't know that Izindo is spell has been lifted.
Knowing what you know of that, would you or would you not? Is it that kind of like connection?
I don't necessarily think so. No,
okay,
it's not.
Okay.
So I will just look at them and say, and I'll turn back to Kinyu and Nameless, because this is what we were just talking about. Yes, you should find your friends, except it seems they have found you. Olim, Basala.
Oh.
Welcome to the beginning.
Hi. Hey guys.
Friends.
We got separated a little bit, but
yeah.
Izana's being rather cryptic and a bit roundabout. Do you have any idea what's going on here?
No, but I do have something to show you. You should come over here. Both of you guys.
I didn't know Izana was going to be here, honestly.
I get close to Bikini and I'm like, is Olim acting weird now?
Yeah.
Of course not. And I like grab you and
Yeah, there's like piles of like ash and debris and of ground that you guys can like step into. It's not an easy route. You feel as though you shouldn't step into the water. You don't know how deep it is, and so you can like just kind of hop around.
Hold on, Izana.
Izana, what's with the water?
In the waters. Well, waters are the source. No way.
Right. But these aren't the waters of the Ashlands.
Are they not?
No.
Perhaps soon. They will be.
I think as the others
The first fountain of truth that will ignite the waters of the world.
What?
Who's truth?
First, my truth.
I actually didn't catch that.
My truth. Our truth. The truth of the believers, of the faithful. Faithful to life. Faithful for those who wish to go out and win life for themselves. Not be trapped in some endless cycle of drivel.
You see more of these like ashen creatures take to the skies around you, from the left and the right, from behind and in front.
It has already begun.
Is he talking
Soon I
about?
must go and join my mistress.
You are talking about the spider lady.
Spiders? No. No spiders.
Talk about
My
being
lady.
free to love who you wish to love, your own truth.
Oh, she was looking for a lover, actually. Like,
Yeah.
mate. So, that's good.
Friend is Anna? Oh,
Perhaps.
so many limbs.
Is that really
I
what
would
he's
ask-
speaking about? I don't know.
Maybe, but I'll be like, give them a hug as they come closer. But like, he's
My mistress
unsafe.
gives her power freely to those who are willing.
Willing for what?
Willing to take what is rightfully theirs. What they believe. You are all believers, I think. I know. Believers in yourself. Believers in each other. With this power, your potential is limitless. I would
Okay.
have you with me, by my side. And I would take you to lead the armies of the world. Lead the men, the free men and women, and all in between, to the true path of freedom.
I
There's
just
a
want to
lot-
go home.
Yeah, this is. I think we're all trying to just find a place to live, Izana, and
Yes.
not interfere too strongly with the systems until we understand them better. We know that you've had your memories all along, but we've regained our memories now, and everything you're saying is just—it's just so out of scope. It's so. What?
You must
What are you going to
understand.
hurt people? What's happening here?
We will hurt those who deny the path. Just as you did to the chief on this very spot. You fought for your beliefs to end the corruption, and so will I.
But
My forces await me on the other side, and I can take you home if that is what you wish, for I owe you all that much.
Well, that's all I want. You guys?
it
But once
sounds
you
like
arrive,
you want wanton destruction. I think I, for one, had a very pointed goal of destroying the government specifically. And even now, I'm not sure of that anymore.
wanton destruction? No. There must be something to rule over when the ash settles.
But
And I'll grip the staff. next to me.
we're talking about
I'm gonna throw a
planting-
javelin as soon as he goes to grip the staff. I have aimed shot, so I'm gonna try and aim it at his hands.
Totally like not looking at you, just like having conversation, trying to grasp what's going on, just like, whoa, gosh.
No sudden movements. No sudden movements.
You fucking whip a spear.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
That's a volley.
That's a volley.
That's a volley.
That's a volley.
That's a
That's a
volley.
volley.
Been rolling terribly all
Volley.
day.
Not this time.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so...
that's a 7.
Okay.
Ooh.
Kind of a
Okay.
success.
So you either put yourself in danger, you take less you do less damage, or I won't say you can reduce your ammo by 1 because we're just throwing it.
Yeah, I'll put myself in danger, but because it's a called shot and I called arms, they drop anything they're holding.
Nice.
So
Technically, the staff is still planted in the ground. I don't know if that makes.
I think it'd be more. It's more so to like stop you from grabbing it,
Sure.
as you're like
So-
reaching,
I like that.
and I'll step
Uh,
in front of
you-
everybody.
Do you still do damage, or is it just the effect?
I have to do 10 plus. I could choose. What says 10
Okay.
plus as a 7 and 9 plus your damage, or they drop anything they're holding. So at 10, I do.
So it's
both.
either or.
Yeah.
Okay, it's either or in this
Okay.
case. It's both if you get to
Yeah,
normal. Okay, that's
It's more like superficial damage, but to a hand. All
Friend
concentrated on it.
you would attack me.
No, you're not thinking clearly. That staff
Zana.
doesn't look right. I don't feel like you should touch it.
It's a part of me. And I'll just kind of like, I won't touch it, but like my hand is kind of like still out. But as I do, the scythe kind of just slips from the staff and lands in my hand, and I flourish it and put it onto the other side.
Olam,
That was
you
cool. That was cool, guys.
from that 7 to 9, I'm gonna say that you stumble. One of your feet, as if like you thought you were walking onto a puddle, and it turned out to be like a deep hole full of water. Your foot like goes into the water, and you kind of grab onto the ground to stop yourself from falling fully. And as your head is tilted downwards, you see like this huge shadow move in the water, move with like the fluidity of like a sea creature. You just kind of clock that deep somewhere within the waters beneath you. And now you're kind of like half your body is in the water. And I think maybe you even get the idea of like, you're halfway there,
To home?
but you can hold on.
No, yeah, I'll try and keep myself out, like try and pull myself out. if I
Is he
can.
within like arm's reach? Can I help him out?
Did you bring yourselves all the way there? I think you did.
You-
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
call them over.
Yeah, because
yeah.
you called us
you
over,
were like
but then you were
hugging
saying
him,
it was
too.
kind of
Yeah.
difficult-ish terrain, so I'm not sure.
Yeah,
how-
just to make sure you understood, like,
Okay.
in case shit happens in the future, we all have an understanding.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can pull them out, no problem.
Yeah, I'll like quickly
Oh,
pull you out.
that's
Careful.
yeah. Meant to do that.
Izana, what we did here in Nazu, we did it for a common cause. All of us. But now you're asking us for our help. You haven't even explained properly what it is you want from us. You speak in riddles. Frankly, I do not understand.
I speak plainly. I will summon the forces of my mistress here to destroy the order of the Kafif, to destroy the king.
To me, Pequenu, that means nothing.
You
I
just want
second
to
that.
plant one government with the other. What's
your
to say
mistress?
that the other one's better?
Who would you have
Hello.
rule us and this land and yourself?
I don't even think what's going on here was all that bad, to be honest.
Another monster comes out of the ash.
You don't know that.
Wait, is that canon?
Yeah, there's like these ash
Okay.
They've been
ones,
popping
like,
out,
They're
right?
small, but yeah.
Yeah,
they're
I
just
thought you
like-
meant the big shadow.
No, the big shadow remains
Yeah.
beneath you.
What do you wish? What is your wish, Pequenu? And wait, what did you ask me, Nameless? You said something?
Who's your mistress? Who would you supplant the government with?
I would supplant the government with myself. with us.
What?
In the
You are
name
my
of
true
who?
friends. In the name of Mal.
Oh,
Have we heard
For
that?
I am
before?
known
What?
by another name out amongst the world. I was born as a Zana, but I was reborn as Yosuke Gate.
That's really different.
Still plagued by his past memories.
the name still means nothing to me.
Same. And you
Perhaps he
can't
used
just.
to sleep on it like we did.
One day.
Those crystals.
I don't think he
Do you have
really
any
wants
crystals in your bag?
to wait. This is happening now.
It's too late. It has already begun.
See?
You're right, Bastard.
Well, as long as it's already begun, can you send me back home? How do you get people off this rock? You know, use the waters? Is there some sort of boat? How's that work?
I finally gripped the staff and remeld it with the scythe.
Ah, shit!
I'll let one of you try and stop him as you see me do.
I can't do shit.
I would throw another, but I feel like he got me there.
That shit.
Like, it was all disturbing, but like, what are these monsters doing? Are they like going into the town and killing people? Like, do we hear screams in the distance? Like,
Shibuya incident, fucking.
this is all ominous.
No,
but
you see them like they're flying off deeper into the territory. They seem to
Like
just be
towards
able
the
to
center?
go. Yeah,
And they're able to go past the barrier?
they seem. You could probably gather like they're kind of made of the souls and of the earth of this place. And since they're not like a distinct being, they're kind of just passing through as if you like threw dirt through the barrier.
Welp, are there like trees around? Is there like a tree line?
Around
Is it just an
here?
open field?
Burned.
What's going on here?
No,
We're on top
everything's
of a-
been burned.
We're on top of a hill, no? It's like a burnt down
Yeah.
manor
Yeah.
on top of a hill.
This
Probably
was a
fire out
complex. This was like this was Nazu's house where it was. So like there wouldn't be
Yeah, true.
It's like rubble,
any like
Yeah.
large trees or anything.
melted gold.
Just a pile of
Just mounds of melted gold.
I don't do anything. I don't stop him. There's no reason.
I think I'll maybe just in tandem draw my sword.
I'll
Yeah,
I'll
this
throw a
with
javelin
the
too.
scythe is a little threatening, I gotta say.
I've never hurt you. I just healed Pekinyu. I keep calling you my boys.
Verbatim.
You guys
I said
hate
verbatim.
me.
I mean, only Olam's attacked so far.
I literally saved 3 of y'all from drowning.
I don't know that.
That's
Would we have drowned?
You guys don't know if you would have drowned.
We don't. I don't think I know that you saved me either.
No, you don't.
The last I knew, it felt really good.
last I knew?
It's something about it being a kink, according to the DM.
Yeah, some people, pain and pleasure. What is like? I forget what it is. Something in the brain where like those two things kind of get mixed up.
Close, close.
Wires get
Blah, blah,
crossed.
blah, blah.
I think the one for feet is like right there.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why- that's why
yeah,
people
that was
have foot
it.
fetishes.
That's so fucking weird.
Really?
dude.
Yeah, it's like right there. It's like right next to your pleasure center.
You got a part of your brain that's just for feet.
It's just for feet.
Yeah, only foot.
shit.
Or nothing. If it
You
ain't
looked at a big toe.
then I ain't gonna eat. You can take that to the next.
If your feet's just waiting in the wings in case your hands leave. They're waiting for their time to shine.
Hopefully,
Fair enough.
Basilar will rejoin us very soon.
Yeah.
But
I
you
think-
watch
Yeah, he does this whole thing, and it's just, I want no part of this. Look over at Pikinu with his sword out, and I just kind of nod at him. Look over at Olim, who has already thrown a javelin. So
Yeah, the
watch
staff looks weird.
the
You
red
see
water.
like this ethereal, almost like beautiful oak staff just become corrupted within seconds and turn into that scythe-like magic, implanting itself upon this powerful item and becoming something completely new.
He brainwashed Izunde. Izundo. He brainwashed him.
They are right. What of Bibi?
Basilar saved him.
We're here.
They're right here, actually.
We're
Oh.
fine.
So focused on Izana.
I will not jump into battle and leave BB here to be hurt. But his words are dangerous. But those things might be even more dangerous. And he like looks up at these weird fucking like crumbling and at the same time forming into being flying creatures of ash.
I agree. I may not like what is going on here, but this is worse.
Agreed.
And we are as one. To like turn back towards Izana. Izana, stop this.
I'm already trying to summon the final stage. So at this point, I think I'm beyond hearing you. Like I'm turned my attention directly to the staff.
Oh, that's a javelin. Right to the fucking dome.
Yeah, that's everyone in the party. Create a fire, flaming brand. Draw your sword. And charge.
Literally, like not even paying attention.
I hate these guys.
Rushing water and winds. The pool starts to like turn and almost turn into like a tsunami of sorts. Like it seems like it's going in that direction with the speed that it's picking up. The sounds and the waters, they cloud the senses of Izana, and he's singularly focused. So what do you guys do?
Yeah,
Rush
volley. Volley, baby.
Rush him with the brand. Bikini.
How thick is this like tornado that's spinning around him?
It's like the wind is it's what's kind of concerning you. You think if it picks up more and more and more, it might become like a whirlpool.
So I will, before it gets any worse, rush ahead.
Okay. Vikinu jumps to the next pile of debris as a javelin gets thrown. Go ahead and roll another volley.
Let's go. I'm doing another called shot. I'm gonna go for head, if I can.
If anyone would like to help, now's the time before we see the result.
Why am I rolling so bad?
Yes, dude.
I got a 7. I got a 7.
Okay. All right.
So they do nothing but stand still and drool for a few minutes, a few moments.
Okay. I think you
Oh, I got all
forget
this
yourself in this moment. And half your body ends up in these waters. This time slipping rather than just stepping. And since they're moving, you're starting to like slip further and further in. Hold on. Everything
Moi.
just got really quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
No, like you hear background noise and all of a sudden it's leaving. You're like, wait, what's wrong?
It's a goose.
So what happens with your volley?
They do nothing but stand still and drool for a few moments.
Yeah. Okay. Usually because we're working with PC who's kind of like doing NPC rules for combat and stuff. So usually Bernie would have a chance to respond because it's kind of like a back and forth.
Yeah.
But the back and forth doesn't happen So, like you said, just kind of standing there, maybe not drooling this time.
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't
but
like
daily.
actually connect, you know, like it bounces off something, but like a little bit gets like through.
Well, you would probably like what would happen is like in reaction to being attacked, like a little bit of like my spiked armor kind of just like pops up out through my my cape, and maybe it like partially deflects it and like fucking bangs it off the side of my head, but it doesn't like pierce me.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like
Little
Spawn.
ringing.
Shit's so sick.
Yeah, and then I'm just there. I'm like kind of like leaning on the staff scythe, and I'm like, oh! Still trying to power
Okay.
it through it, I guess.
Who wants to go next?
Anybody
All
want
right,
to throw
Nameless.
something over my shoulder?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Clears
I
the
wanna-
path for you, the javelin.
Yeah,
Cuts through
I
the
want
wall.
to create my burning brand. That's a 10. So I get to choose 2. All right, hand thrown near +1 damage. Remove the dangerous tag. So I will choose thrown and +1 damage.
Okay. What shape does it take?
This time, I think that's something. There's like a flash of inspiration from that last fight, and seeing Olim launch these his javelins, and I'm just realizing, is volley with with dexterity?
Yeah, it's with Dex.
Oh, I don't want to throw stuff. That's bad.
No. You can treat your int as your strength or dex in regards to making attacks with this weapon.
Okay, cool. So I would get a 1, right? Right. Okay, sweet. So then, yeah, I want to create one of those. You know, in like World of Warcraft 3, it's like a shuriken. I think they have it in Naruto too, where you like hold the middle part, that the blades spin around it. You know what I mean?
Naruto.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Like a chakram, but like moving.
Yeah, it's like moving with the blades around it. So it's like, and then I just want to like twirl back and launch it. And basically, I'm aiming
Let's go,
for the staff.
Beybladers.
Okay. You roll to create your brand. In that time, you get tugged ever so slightly underground. Olim. You
Oh,
find yourself at like nipple height now that the waters are like moving and the wind is pushing against you, and you're trying to grab into like ash and rubble.
oh, I got Chumba. Yo, Chumba. Yeah, pick me up, baby. Take to the skies.
What were you saying, Basilar?
Because he was still like on level, and then he just go straight to his
Like he
nipple
went to
level?
like throw, and then like he like slipped in, and the waters
Okay.
are like pulling him, and he's trying to get himself back up. But yeah, now he's like this much in the water.
I'm also gonna try and help him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Jumble Wombat.
Oh,
He'll
Oh,
give
you've
you.
saved
I
me
guess he'll give you
again,
the help
Basilar.
action.
oh.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm practicing for when he saves me.
yeah.
And I guess
Would you like to? Let's see. You can defy danger because, like, you know, you kind of are putting yourself a little bit in danger's way, getting anywhere close to him, potentially slipping in yourself.
Okay.
Or you can just try and help Chumba Wombat. So either he'll help you or you'll help him.
I feel like Chumba is like might like be able, because he's flying, like
Mhm.
grab Olim, and then I grab Chumba and like try and pull pull chain.
Okay, sure.
So I guess it's a help action instead.
if you want, I won't force it.
Now do what?
Well,
2d6.
because I'm pulling. It's like I'm helping him by pulling
Yeah.
him, pulling Olin.
And he will.
Maybe plus his cunning for Chumba.
Yeah, I like that.
2d6 plus my cunning.
Go ahead and roll
So
for
it's a
Chumba.
10 on the aid. It's a +1
Okay.
to his roll.
8 with the +1, 9.
Very nice.
Chumba rolling way better than I ever did.
Roll plus bond on a hit. They take +1 or -2. Your choice. Yeah. Okay. So for a 7 to 9, you're going to like tug on Chumbawambat, like you're pulling him and he's like pulling himself up. So you're both kind of pulling him in this direction, which is the perfect direction to pull him from getting sucked down. And since your roll was good, you are not put into any danger. But since Chumbawambat rolled a 9, I'll say that he pulls a little too hard with your help. You're out of the waters, but he feels himself just flying backwards, and so he lets you go to not pull you out somewhere where you don't need to be. And as he tries to get his bearings in the air again, he gets collided into with one of these ashen creatures.
Chumba!
They're kind of fighting in the air, but this thing doesn't have a full form, so he's getting covered in ash and soot. And we'll say Izana now, kind of shaken out of his trance, has an action to do.
Reyes Pequeño's getting to him.
Yeah, well, Pequeno is still
Yeah,
how
he's
far away from me?
hopping. He'll be next after you roll.
Coming to.
Can I? How far along is my stage 3 of the staff, the final stage?
It's almost complete.
I'm just gonna focus. I kind of look at him and I smile. Friend Pequeno.
Okay.
I will not kill you again. And then I turn back and I keep powering the staff.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a d20.
A d20.
Yeah.
17.
Oh, come on.
Shit.
Ooh. I think the waters themselves, not defying you, but helping where you did not ask, they raise up around you in a column and give you the space to try and complete this process unencumbered. With Pequeno, you can definitely still move forward. You'll just have trouble, so you'll roll disadvantage. I forget what the term is here.
Okay. Well, shit.
You roll worse. Okay.
That's what it's called, dude. Best and worst. That's literally what it's called.
No, actually?
Yeah.
It's
You roll
quite
best
fitting.
or you roll worse.
No, good way.
I know the rules.
Hack and slash.
Of course I know the rules.
Roll best, roll worse.
How much space between Izana and the wall of water is there? Is it really tight or is it a big thing? I'm thinking if I try to slash through it, is the sword going to be able to reach him at all? Or
You think you have to get at least your arms through it to reach him. If you just did the full extent just in the water, it wouldn't hit him. You kind of have to get into the water.
okay, so I'm jumping on these mounds of ash, and I've got the sword over my shoulders, kind of preparing that baseball swing. But then I see that huge veil of water pop up, and I'm gonna sort of land just in front of it, and then put the sword at my side, and I'm just gonna like try and like body check my way through the water.
Hell
So can I defy danger?
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I'll do is like I just picturing Zoro in front of that warm eddy. Like,
Oh,
literally.
I help him
Sun, sun.
defy danger.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. Heart,
Basically,
I'm
I'll-
assuming you're using fire.
Yeah, I'll use the shuriken to try and like help him cut a path through.
Yo.
All right. I'm powering through the water.
That's a 10.
Yes.
Plus one?
11.
Plus one.
Plus 1 to 12?
Plus 1 to 12 or plus 1 to 11? Picking you.
Plus 1 to 11.
Okay. Beautiful. You go through, and it's like for a split second, you feel yourself like back in that network. Where that first time where you just walked through the tree and it was like calm. There's like that second of calmness. And you come out the other side when you see Izana there staring at you, gripping onto the scythe staff.
I grab the staff.
Okay.
Let it
Uh-oh.
burn.
The rest of you kind of see nothing. And I think taking your initiative, Nameless One, Izindo will like put his hand on BB as a stay, and he will jump and he will raise flames up, and they're kind of like battling against the water. He's trying to create another opening, so you can see like Pequeño's maybe like lower half, and the staff in the ground, and like the feet of Izana as the flames and the water are like fighting each other. He's trying to make space
of
for one
steam. of
you. Yeah,
Billowing.
Still, again, these ashen creatures going up in the air around you. Who wants to act next?
I think I'll like gather myself at the bank, like take off my bow and kind of like kneel down and like aim. And I want to try and cast 2 spells, or like I guess I can't. Oh yeah, I can get a -1. Or so I want to cast magic weapon on my bow.
Okay.
And I can't see through the water. Eh? They didn't cut like.
So now, like especially at your vantage point, maybe you can
Their
see like a
legs.
little bit more of them because you're like, if you get low to the ground, you see they're not. You don't see that they're locked into anything, but you see that their feet are very close to each other.
Okay. Oh, I can see their feet. Okay. I guess
Also, you
I'll.
can even see like their legs.
Oh, okay.
A little bit
Yeah.
of ankle, you know.
Let's see
A
his
little bit of
kneecap.
showing a little ankle.
Yeah. I'll cast
Hey.
magic weapon. So I think I got the roll. See if I cast it, and then I'll try and take an aim shot at their feet after at Izana's feet.
At their feet.
At his
The
feet.
global AoE.
Global foots. I attack
Whoever-
foots.
Whoever's foot gets in the way is what it is.
Oh, that's on the edge. It's fucking shit. It's only a
God
6
damn, dude. God damn, dude.
to cast the spell.
This is
Oh,
a magic weapon.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't work.
Yeah, you whisper to your weapon the words of power that you know will imbue it with this magical force. And I think you
Alas.
hear another voice answer back to you as you are requesting this power. And what does that voice say? That southern accent.
I don't
in
know why
defiance of
I
you.
only have that goddamn Jurassic Park thing in my head. You haven't said the magic word.
And what does Olin say back to Olin?
Nothing. I just like bite my lip. Like Oh, I can't. I don't have
Do you
lips.
have a
I have
lip?
a beak.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
like
say,
I like go to like bite my lip and I can't. I'm like, and so I'll just shoot out a volley if I can. Aim shot at their feet. Silence magic.
Other
Or-
Olam is gonna say, no. You're coming back to me. And that you're not using my power to defy me. And you feel like the rafts kind of like sag on your body, losing access to the spells on your cleric spell list.
and like get more bird like. Like I don't need him anyway. He'll like puff up. Yeah, if I can, I'll still take the shot. Well, I'll aim at Izana's legs.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I get experience. This whole time. Okay, that's 13.
Ooh. Called shot or not called shot?
Yeah, called shot at legs.
Okay. What's the call, baby boy?
So they're hobbled and slow moving. So I don't know how that works. Like now, I don't know if that like buckles them.
I got a limp.
You already had that. And a D8 of damage. 7 damage.
Okay.
You
can I get
drop-
armor.
Yeah.
Can I get armor? Yeah.
Yeah. I forget how much armor you have.
I
Is
have
it 1
3.
or 2? You have 3?
I have-
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because I have
Okay.
the power of the.
Very true. Your spiked armor.
that-
But you
well, no,
drop to one, like somebody like walking behind you and just like kicking you in the back of the knee. You drop to one knee, still holding onto the staff, but now not in such a good position. You gotta like go down on one knee. You see this pequeño, and I'll say this like opens up an opportunity for you to do something.
Yes. Yank on that staff.
Can I?
Basilar.
Well, I was just gonna like buff things basically. Use the arcane arts to next time someone assists the target with aid, get a +2 and give the +1d4 forward to damage
For sure.
with the music.
Hey.
So I think it's gonna go back to the first night when we were all together around the campfire with the old man and his wife. I like Cheapo and his wife.
Cheapo. Yeah.
And since like everyone has started like playing music there, I think I'm gonna try and grab that melody back to kind of in an attempt to bring people's minds back to like simpler times and give that that successful assist to a +2 and a +1d4 forward to damage.
Very nice. Was that a successful roll?
I shall tell you. Yes, 9 + 3 is 12.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Grooving.
And your words and your melody reaches out not only to these beautiful men in front of you, but to the small child now defying her father as she always has done, throws the shield into the water to like give her an extra, and it's like she pushes it into the water and it sinks underneath. But that's enough for her to volley herself forward. And she slides into that space that her dad is like actively making with the flames, the opening. And she will help you, Pequeño.
I like this.
I don't want her to help me. Get her out of here.
It's the future queen you're talking to there.
Wait. How is she helping me? How is she helping me?
Well,
Oh,
it depends
man.
on what you want to do. Like she is
Oh,
right
okay.
there behind
that's
you.
what he
So as you are
wants.
actively doing something,
Okay, so
she will
I mean, I
Or
grabbed
me?
the staff. He dropped to his
This
knees.
is conduit. No.
He dropped to his knees, and we just ripped the staff out
Or
of his
me?
hand.
You ripped the staff
Okay.
out of my hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can I? Is there any way that
We'll make that a
That's,
contested strength
Thank you.
roll. You'll roll worst because you're on one knee. And Pequeno, you roll normally, but you get the help from BB, who's like pulling you as you're pulling the staff.
I,
The
I love
staff
how
down with the
pointed.
land,
Yeah.
by the way?
I love how pointed that sounds. You roll worse.
I don't know if it matters to you that the staff is still planted.
Oh,
But I'll roll. I got a +3 to strength. Oh,
know what?
that's
Yeah.
I got 12, guys.
Nah.
I'm not fucking kidding you.
yeah. What
I got a
I
Not
nine.
was about to say, we'll cancel out the worst. You're on one knee, but the staff is well planted into the ground.
Okay.
So you have to beat a 12.
Well,
Yeah,
actually it's a 15.
Oh, damn. 2D, you got the freaking crit.
I got fucking.
I believe you. I believe you.
Oh, with the domino dice too.
Was meant to be.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got a 9. So even
A
with
9
help.
total.
Yeah.
So even with the +2. Okay. Izana, I give the floor to you as this final stage comes to be. You feel like the staff start to slip as he pulls, and you know what that means. Like, you know that if he takes the staff from you and interrupts the process, like, you're so close, and that kind of like snaps you into it. What do you do to wreath this out of his hand and complete the process?
I just kind of like open my eyes and look at him, and then the scythe part like kind of dislodges from the staff to backhand him like away. Like I don't use the blade, but I like just kind of like smack him away. Just to like try and like push him off. So I can complete it. Like I'll immediately go back to complete it. Yeah, because I'm still not concerned. But if I like, or does it? Am I done now? You're saying the final stage is happening?
You're done.
Okay. Well, then I think the like whirlpool around me will like kind of like dissipate and maybe like push them away, like BB and like kind of like it goes in on itself and like kind of like pushes you guys so you're sprawled away a little bit.
Can I hold on to BB so we don't get separated?
Yeah. She's like holds on to you too.
And then I think the waters before me are going to like start to swirl, but like in a vertical whirlpool of just like red water and froth, and until it forms like a portal, for lack of a better term. And it just like opens up, and I believe out of it will form the head of this giant like crocodile being that'll open its mouth and spew forth a few more of those ash spawned creatures. Like these kind of like things are just goop when they come out of his mouth, and then they hit the ground in the rubble, and they like pick up the rubble and the ash of the grounds, and then they kind of like jump and take flight. And maybe a couple of them kind of like hang around, but I'm gonna step into the maw, basically. And I have the staff with me, and I've separated them, so I have the scythe. It appears we may meet again. Unfortunately, we will no longer be as friends. Friend Olim, friend Batala, friend Vikinu, friend Nameless. I disavow all ties of brotherhood. Friend Cash.
Do you hear this like ringing from the water?
His,
Oh, you guys
his
see
voice
this.
is, you see it, his voice is booming. The waters around you have stilled, and instead, this new thing has formed. This
Okay, so like
frothing
the veil of
portal.
fell. Okay.
And then I'll just jump down its bellet and it'll snap shut and fucking.
And the portal, it closes in on itself.
Unless you want to give them a chance to do something, I don't know. Like if,
What just happened?
Well, we lost
I don't
that
think
battle.
That was a good thing. I'm a little lost.
Are the ash creatures like attacking us now?
They all went like they're going to the center of the Ashlands.
You said there was like
Where-
2 shitty ones that were left.
Yeah, he brought out a couple just to hang around.
Just the
I
gawk.
think they also start to fly with like they're all kind of they're formless a bit, but they're moving with purpose.
I
just
I
like
try and
away
hit
from
one of them with the shuriken.
you. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just enraged, just just fucking throw. 11 on the die plus 1, 12.
Okay, yeah, this thing, your blade just eats it up, and the ash just gets like burnt up, and just little wisps of like embers, and it's gone. And
So it
the
doesn't
second one-
seem like it's that strong.
No, they're like they're still in that weird like form taking shape. They seem pretty weak, and they're definitely not attacking you. So you probably figure they are all very weak at the moment. What have we done?
I don't think it was us at all. We tried our best. Maybe it wasn't good enough.
Should have known from the beginning there was something strange about that weapon he wielded.
I don't really have much experience with weapons, but is it that telling?
It's no ordinary weapon.
If you say so.
Yeah. You have to take your word for that one, friend Pequeno.
I mean,
Well,
now I believe it because that thing just happened.
Yeah.
Like,
I told you
well,
so after all that.
The staff had a look of purity, and then it did look like it became corrupted somehow, like the purity, the life of it turned dark. Perhaps that should have been a sign.
It's my fault. I could have stopped him. It was just him and I. He only had the staff. How could I have fallen for this? I've grown complacent. You were all right. We cannot sit by any longer. It is far too late for this decision to be made by me now, but it is the time that I am making it. We must warn the others. There's clearly something coming.
It is here.
This can't be it. I can just kind of like look up.
Oh, maybe the cycle continues. Maybe this is the next stage in the Ashlands.
What makes you think that?
I don't know.
Maybe the end of the Ashlands, from what I was gathering. The Ashlands were a culture based on ancient traditions. Yes, there may not be some that are agreed with now, but from the sounds of things, it sounded like it was basically just upheaval of everything and just replacing by this new Mistress
Mal.
Mal rather than the king.
I like kick the ash. Mistress of demons, it looks like.
Yes.
So, don't know if it's for the good. Taking one possible tyrant over the next doesn't seem much better.
And let us
Well,
go.
he made one clear mistake. He let us all live.
Yes.
I mean, we
So-
might just not be significant enough to kill.
Bugs.
Then that was the
Krugs.
second mistake.
And like his
We're
said,
not bugs.
I mean, I'm gonna point to Chumbawamba. Maybe a little bit.
He's a cute bug, though. Yeah. You're beautiful. He is right, though. There is a greater world out there,
Yes.
but it probably shouldn't be influencing here like this. But change comes. Ebb and flow. New order, I guess.
I won't accept it. There was peace here before. Now it seems like everything is being upturned for no reason.
Was there peace where you're from, friend Pequeno? Or were from?
Occasionally. Peace and isolation.
Where I'm from, fighting is just a kind of a way of life. You know, life's not supposed to be fair. Or was from. I guess this is my new home now. And I guess I sure as hell don't want to see my new home turn to ash.
Might be a bit too late. Kick another pile of ash.
not too late. And this has been my home for at least a generation. More for Azindo. We will fight for what's here. And even if it's not perfect. Not like a BB knowing what might become of her.
Nameless, you remember? You remember your life?
I've gained my memories back. And I think I like touched the mask. But I will still remain nameless for now. Especially if we have to go talk to those who are in charge of the Ashlands. If we have to defend against this threat. I don't think it's necessary to complicate this with my past.
Whatever it is, you are my friend now. And you know, our whole culture, this whole place, was built from the ashes of destruction so that it would never happen again. We have our defenses here. I am sure of that. Whoever this being is, she will see. We are a force to be reckoned with when we are united.
Predator handshake him.
You come with me now as fully formed individuals. You have your lives behind you. Will you go back to them? And he looks right at you, Olam. Or will you use the memories you have to form new ideas and to help you push us forward into a new future against the forces of evil?
Personally, I'm not sure how much I could help here. Even just now, crucial moment. Lost my power. Power's not mine. I think I need to go make it mine.
Do what you will. I support you, Olam.
And I shake his hand and be like, sorry, I couldn't crop more with BB.
It's okay. You've shown her to be safe, to protect herself. That is a
I'm
good
sorry for
reason.
pecking you in the face.
Yeah, that was a shit move that you did, but that's okay.
Hey, don't grab the wraps, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything we can do before you head off?
No,
One last forwards, perhaps?
I'm gonna help a little bit. Stay with you guys for as long as I can, and then go off to complete my journey. But I'll be back. I promise. Right, Chumba? Scratch him. What is your guys' first steps? Friend Nameless? Picking you? Vassilar?
I
Friend?
didn't think we were splitting up. I just thought it would be a good idea to warn people of the Ashlands that, well, some power is coming to completely overchange the order that's currently in power, I guess.
First step will be to let them know. I think as I'm saying this, I grab like some ash, and in my hand I form what looks like a small like medallion, and I kind of model it. There's like a small crow on it. There's a mask. There's the maraca, and there's Pikinu's blade. And then as I look at it, I reach down and I make another 3, and I hand them kind of to each of us.
Grab one. Like hold it out between us. It's beautiful.
Our friendship and our bonds together.
No matter where you are, Holem.
Mm.
Give you a little tap on the shoulder. Come back to us, or we will come back to you.
And we're gonna finish this. I might need some help figure out how to get out of here first. Like you look around and like scratch my head.
I don't know. You would have to, I guess, go to Bland and his people, because they said they had a way to go to Doasia. So if they had a way to go to Doasia, then they could likely get you home. So you'd have to go
Once
back
I'm
down
whole,
into the
I'll
embers.
be back. Embers, I love it there. Once I'm whole, I'll be back, and I'll maybe have something different to offer to what we try and shape. I guess if that's what we're aiming to do, lead this place. I'll like look around.
Not quite so certain.
I think more just make sure everyone here is safe.
Well, they're gonna look for people to turn to. That always happens.
Having more than one life, I think, has taught us Ashlandians at least one thing. There's more than one journey. Take care.
I don't know if the cycle of resurrection would still hold in these lands if the king is no longer present. So that might end quicker than you would expect.
Well, all the more reason to hasten and not waste any more time.
Let us go then.
And friend Pequeno, I'll like turn, like kneel down.
Friend?
Should I find a way to pass by your home? Anything you want to tell them?
My home? Oh, luckily I don't even know how to get there. I haven't really thought of it.
It must be out there.
It's in the middle of the ocean.
I'm kind of in the middle of a wasteland. So different.
Well,
But if I do find myself lost,
just light a fire. Just light a fire.
Cried a crier. Got it. All right, Chumba, to the well. And I'll hop on Chumba.
Good luck.
I'll never regret you guys.
Wait, he's never gonna regret us.
All right, the rest of you. Come on. It's time to warn the others. And you begin walking down the hill. And Izindo takes a moment, like he puts his hand on your shoulder, Basilar. He's like, so you're Ashlandian. Where do you remember where you're from? I'm curious.
I'm not from anywhere. I learned that I was never born. I'm
That
just kinda
doesn't
here.
happen.
I was told no, not usually. So yeah, this is all kind of the first time for me. I was reincarnated into my first life.
Well, let's make it a hell of a good one.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be an interesting one. Kind of like looking at the ash creatures like flying across, like the red glow in the sky. Like
You look up, and riding on the backs of giant eagle-like creatures are countless members of the order, as they have clearly been notified and through whatever means, whether it's visual or other, as they take to the skies to begin the defense against this first wave of forces of Malil, the wretched.
Malala.
There's no more to that word.
The malevolent.
And much like there is no more to that word, there is no more to this session. Everybody gets enough experience to level up
To what?
twice.
Twice in general.
Wait, I already have so much experience.
Whatever you want. As I say to all of you, as I always say, welcome to Ash and Blood, Season 2. Bye.
Oh.
Yeah, Hexagon.